Hey guys, how you doing? Brandon here. So today I kind of wanted to just go over where all the different teams are in the standings and kind of what it might mean for the playoffs. So you have the East Atlantic Division, and it's led by Montreal, Ottawa, and then Boston right behind them. So you got Montreal with 76, you got Ottawa with 72, and then Boston's close behind, but they're in there with 70 points. Then we have the East Metropolitan Division, okay, and that's led by, you have Washington with 89 points, Pittsburgh with 84 points, and Columbus with 83 points. This division is super stacked, and it's kind of cool because those three teams all have rivalries with each other. Washington and Pittsburgh rivalry that's been around for a while. You know, you got, right, which is the Ovechkin versus Sidney Crosby rivalry. And then a game that I did a little while ago was Pittsburgh versus Columbus, right? Those two teams really hate each other, and it's such a fun game to watch every time. So there's a rivalry there. So yeah, that division is looking pretty stacked. In fact, that has to be one of the favorites. Any one of those teams have to be a favorite to win the cup this year. And then you have the East wild card race, which is led by the New York Rangers, and they're up there with 82. They're sitting pretty nice with 82 points. It looks like they're not going to go anywhere because they're quite ahead of everyone else who are trying to fight for that last spot. And that last spot right now is belonging to the Toronto Maple Leafs. They have about 69 points. So that's the Eastern picture right now. If we go to the West, we have the West Central Division leaders. Minnesota with 86 points. Chicago has about 83 points. Then Nashville's quite a bit lower than Chicago with 71 points. So there's quite a bit of difference between the Minnesota Wild, Chicago Blackhawks, and the third spot in Nashville. Then if we go to the West Pacific, you're going to get San Jose with 79 points, Anaheim with 74, and then right below them, pretty much tied, is the Oilers with 74. The Oilers are killing it this year compared to last year, just like Columbus is. Now the West wildcard race looks like this. You got Calgary with 70 points, followed closely by the St. Louis Blues, which have about 67 points. And then right below the Blues are going to be the Kings, followed by the Jets. I did a game last night. The Minnesota Wild beat out the Kings in overtime, so at least the Kings took a point from that, so that was good for them. They couldn't quite seal the deal because it led to overtime and then they lost, but it was a fantastic game, and if you didn't catch that game, you can check out my play-by-play. You can't see anything with my play-by-plays, but they kind of do the trick. So yeah, that's kind of what the East and the Western Conference kind of looks like right now. If I had to pick between two teams that were going to meet, one from the East, one from the West, honestly, the West, I'm really leaning towards the Wild. I think it's either going to come down to the Wild and Chicago in a playoff series, and the winner of that playoff series is going to go on to fight for the cup. Of course, in the East, there's just so many good teams. If Montreal can get the ball rolling again, they picked up a really good coach in Claude Julien. If they can really get it together, they might have a shot. Other than that, like I said, Washington, Pittsburgh, and Columbus, like, those three teams are killing it. Washington's been hungry for the last few years, and they're up there again, and they're really looking like a contender. Columbus, from the basement last year all the way to, you know, one of the best teams in the league right now, is pretty incredible. Do I think they have enough to win the cup? Their team is still quite young, and they're still learning. If they don't make it this year, there's a good chance that they can make it the next year or few years. If they don't get it this year, they got a good chance the next few years. If they can keep it together, if they can keep their team, I'm not sure about their salary cap or anything like that. And then obviously Pittsburgh is the defending Stanley Cup champions. So I think it's up to those teams. Pittsburgh definitely has another shot at winning it 2 in a row, and I think that's kind of special. Like a few of these teams, like Chicago has won three rings. The Kings have won 2, but no team has won twice in a row in a very long time. I don't remember the last time they won 2 in a row, but I think that would be quite special if Pittsburgh pulled it off again. I don't see them doing it, but again, they have such a great team. Man, I am so stoked for playoffs this year. It's gonna be so much fun to watch. So that's it for this video. I just wanted a quick little video to kind of just give you guys an idea of like my thoughts on what's going on and kind of how that race is going. And I'll probably do another update, maybe another couple weeks or so, and just kind of show you guys where everything is. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one. 6. Then you got Then you also have the East Metropolitan. Fuck. That last spot is remaining. That last spot is sitting with the Montreal. Fuck.